Let me tell you a story. Not a tale of kings or wars, but of data cables, secret codes, and a network so invisible it took 25 years to come to light. A story where India and Israel quietly built a web, not just to gather information, but to manipulate, control, and even promote terrorism without leaving fingerprints. Now that web is burning. It all began in the late 1990s. India's RAW and Israel's Mossad shook hands, not for peace, but for silent power. They knew that wars were changing. You didn't need tanks anymore. Just servers and people in the right places. So they used a clever trick. They didn't send spies in suits. They used Indian workers already living in Gulf countries, millions of them, engineers, IT staff, telecom workers, airport handlers, their tools, laptops, phone lines, satellite cables. Their mission? To silently collect data, control communication systems, silently support terrorist acts to manipulate politics. What began as spying soon turned darker. Inside this web, fake terror alerts were planted to shape public opinion. Encrypted communication networks were used to spread false flags. Terror groups were quietly helped, not to protect anyone, but to blame others. During unrest in Balochistan, secure channels helped fuel separatist propaganda. In Afghanistan, information leaks supported anti-Pakistan factions. In Iran, suspicious digital footprints appeared after major bombings, traced later to Indian-coded VoIP servers. These weren't just intelligence operations. They were covert acts of digital warfare, terrorism wrapped in technology. To hide all this, big Indian companies moved in with open arms and hidden agendas. TCS buried inside telecom networks. Wipro managed banks from within. L&T installed Israeli radars. Mahindra placed legal surveillance boxes in Gulf states. Even Pegasus, the spyware known for targeting journalists, ran through this system. And at the core, a Dubai hotel room, where Indian staff quietly controlled operations through a simple console. It looked like business, but behind the scenes, it was digital colonization. But the mask fell when Israel attacked Iran. Iran's cyber experts traced the digital fingerprints. They arrested South Asians connected to the network. Qatar exposed the Dara case, an entire spying ring, hidden in corporate clothes. Turkey's MIT caught 34 spies running on Indian-coded software. Suddenly, the Gulf was no longer safe for this empire. Biometric vaults were shut. Indian contracts were cancelled. Egyptian and Serbian firms replaced Indian ones overnight. Tehran and Islamabad began sharing captured data, packet by packet. India couldn't explain. Every protest sounded like an admission. Their secret diaspora empire, once invisible, was now seen as dangerous. People once called workers were now tagged as assets. The IT guy in a server room, maybe a spy. The telecom technician, maybe a data interceptor. And those who used the system to help spread terror, now their entire trail is on the global map. This is no longer just a story of spying. It's a lesson in how digital networks can be used to watch, control, and even destabilize nations, and how the mask of progress can hide the face of manipulation. India's hidden empire is now exposed. The bandwidth is burned. The narrative has flipped, and the world is watching. The game of silent war just got loud.